What is up, everybody? How we doing today? My name is Joe, aka Cool Runnings. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a variety streamer. And happy Friday! Happy Friday. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Sorry I'm a lot of bit late. How's that? They look green now? They look green now? Now that I've trapped you in the prison of the mind? Huh? How does it feel? This ain't working. Placing on my microphone is not working. All the Vogues. All the Vogues. How we doing today, folks? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, you know what I didn't do? So I took some before pictures of the door that we just installed. We just installed the door. Love the shirt. Hey, Alizea. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you so much. That's so kind. Oh no, I got powder everywhere. Oh geez, oh Pete's. I got BCAAs all over my ASS. What? B-Wolf! Oh my gosh, Joe, hello. Welcome in, Raiders. Taylor Jade, Samurai Joe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How we doing, Raiders? Welcome in. Ooh, we're just getting started in here. Oh, we got a quab in here. Thank you so much for the host. I was waiting for you to start. You were not. You beautiful man. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for bringing your community over, Raiders. Hi there, my name is Joe. I go by Cool Runnings here on Twitch. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a variety streamer. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we lift weights. Tuesdays, Sundays, we play video games. All the time, we're an inclusive community, all about getting moving and making the changes that you want to make as you need to. But how are you doing? Is there a sick beard trend going on? Why does my beard look sick nasty to you? Is this a nasty beard? Share the Friday love. Oh, thank you for doing it, my friend. How was your lift today? Y'all, if you are somehow watching this stream and you are not already going to check out B-Wolf on the daily, are you doing Wednesday mornings again? It was really just for this week, Chris. I had some very specific, I had picture day at my job, and so I had to go in, like actually go into the office on Wednesday, and that's normally not the case. Jazzy! Oh my gosh! How are you doing, Daddy? You know what? I'll tell you what. It's not too warm for a sweater. I'll wear a sweater if a darn well please. It's actually not that it's not that warm down here. Like one tonight, Noodle. How you doing, Noodle? Welcome in. Yeah. I couldn't get home from work fast enough, and it was just very busy. My job has gotten to the point where people are trusting me to do things, and so like it is picking up quite a bit. Sweatshirt is dope, but it makes me hot because it's Cali heat wave. Yeah, so we had about like 80-ish degrees in Michigan here today, and I was just outside in like no clothes installing a door. I was installing an exterior door until the moment this stream started. Where did all this dust come from? Sorry, I didn't say that. There's no dust. Pay that no mind. Ugh. Welcome in, friends. We're going to start getting warmed up. Oh, here's another development. Look at this. You see this? Right here? Look at that. Look at that. It's there now. It wasn't there before, but it's here now. Now I don't have to move that part in and out of the middle because we finished cutting, sanding, polying. Great to see you. I've been busy with work, but we have decided the job. Oh, shoot. Well, Jazzy, I mean, I'm really happy for you that you were able to make that decision for yourself. I mean, I'm sorry that it didn't work out, and I'm proud of you for making the move away from it when it wasn't what you wanted it to be. Kudos to you. That's hype worthy. Looking good. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So here's the thing: is that if I do turn on the lights, you will see pretty quickly that it is absolutely not the same color. It is a much darker shade. Gotta learn to get some food before Lady kills me. Have a great stream. B, have a good night. Thank you so much for bringing your folks over, Joe. I appreciate you. Let me upgrade you. Sign into a contract editing job, though. We start next week. Nice. Oh my gosh. That's rad. No, 420, my day's been good. We had like this big like community event at work that I was able to be there for, which was super nice. I got to meet a lot of people in person. I played some cornhole and Jenga because we're in the Midwest. So you got to play cornhole and giant Jenga at any corporate event. Can't mix the two though. You can't put Jenga in your cornhole. or cornhole in your Jenga. I believe someone would have called HR. I mean, I was there. Someone would have called HR if they were putting Jenga in their cornholes at a public event. I'm sorry. No one wants to hear this train of thought that I have going through. Oh, I turn on a light. No one wants to hear about my Jenga hole. Or my cornhole, for that matter. It's tight. There we go. That's a little better. Now you can see the different... What is that? Ah! This just makes a little circle. That's a new shadow. That wasn't there before. What's cornhole? Call it bags. Okay. Cornhole stream when? I could do a cornhole stream. I got a set. Had a bit of a rough week, bad pain times. Feeling a bit more positive now, though. Noodle, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling a little more positive, and I'm sorry to hear that you had a rough week. Are you doing anything special to take care of yourself? Now that I'm back working from home, next week, get back into my workout routine and hopefully get back on track. Attaway. Get it. Get them bicep curls. Ugh. Mr. Running saw the run's going. I know you have a big run soon. Yeah. Yeah, so 38 days until ye old marathon, Quav. Runs are going fine. I've been trying to run like every day except for the days around my long runs, right? So on Sunday, I'm planning to run 16 miles. And so like I'm not running today and I'm not running Saturday to try to make sure that, you know, I'm all rested up for it. But yeah, I'm starting to feel a little beat up. I won't lie. It gets harder near the end of those marathon training cycles because those long runs really do beat you up. So if you can like prepare with a little more time, it's real good. But if you're running short on time like I am, that could be pretty rough. Whew. But yeah, I got my own cornhole stuff. I could pull out my cornhole. I could pull out my cornhole setup on stream. Slanted wood platforms, so many meters apart. Throw bags trying to land on a platform or in a hole up near the top of it. That is a perfect description. But yeah, 38 days to go. So it's October 16th. I think I have my days right. True North, how we doing, Matt? Welcome in. Mostly playing video games, trying not to be sad. Still doing my physio exercises. Hey, it's all about the little stuff, Noodle. It's all about the little things you do. Do some monster walks. I'll try not to be weird about it. How you doing, Matt? Welcome in, True North. How the lifts going, broski? For recovery, Quav, so like I do my runs early in the morning and I try to make sure that I'm doing like multiple walks throughout the day. I eat a pickle and drink a protein shake. That is my immediate post-run recovery. Oh, I totally miffed that. Sad? Running stream? Liar. Liar. Now, y'all feel what you gotta feel. If you wanna come here and be sad, that's okay. If you're sad, you can be sad. Not sure what we call it here, though. I feel like bags is what I've heard it referred to elsewhere. What kind of pickle? So right now I'm going back and forth between our homemade pickles, which are Dilly Boys, and we have some McClure's pickles that we have a pretty good backstock of, because I keep doing the thing where I go to Costco and think that we don't need pickles, and so I buy more pickles, and I come home, my wife's like, hey man, just so you know, we got 3 jars of pickles downstairs. So at one point we did have 5 jars of McClure's pickles, just because I kept forgetting that we already had enough. But I blame it on the juice. Got me feeling loose. Blame it on the brine. Got me feeling fine. Blame it on the pickles. We're gonna do some deads. Pretty stoked for it. Dill is goat pickle. Are goat pickles a thing? How do you make a goat pickle? Pickle protein shakes in the sky and stream. Steak in your company. Yes, I will absolutely. Look, if someone comes up with an actual attractive option for a pickle protein shake, I will invest. Like the big red invest button. Need to add pickles to the grocery list. Yes, you do. Classics ain't bad. Classics are good. Pickled eggs? Pickled cucumbers. I can't really do pickled eggs, honestly. Can't do sweet pickles. Yeah, I'm not about sweet pickles either. Bread and butter pickles belong in jail. Thank you. Thank you. I know some people love the bread and butter pickles, but like, it's got to be garlicky. It's got to be like garlicky and a little bit sour. 5 jars of McClure's. Are you a millionaire? No, but I will be in 20 years. Right? Scotch eggs are boiled eggs and meat and breadcrumbs. I still have not had a proper Scotch eggs. Proper Scotch egg. Still haven't done it. Oh, I forgot to do the one thing. Hang on a sec. Family loves bread and butter. 100%. I can't possibly share blood with these people. There is no way. That is no way. No, yeah. We made pickles for the first time this year, and it went super duper well. We didn't do our own mix. Like we did like we grew all the cucumbers ourselves, but the actual pickles, the actual like brine that we used was like a pre-season mix. Ah. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, man. I would say like my top foods that make people potentially think that I am just a 70-year-old man who body snatched a much younger person. It is pickles, V8 vegetable juice, the spicy kind in particular, and oh, what was the other one? Nuts, I'll remember it. Oh, there's some other old man shit I was thinking about enjoying. Oh, tuna. Eating tuna straight out of the can. Pimple. Family isn't blood. Family is pickle. Remember, found family is the family that you can share pickles with. Oh. 420, how was your week? How was your day? You asked me, I didn't even ask you. What a turd I am. Open question to everyone. Making you lift that makes my spine hurt. Watching you lift that makes my spine hurt. You know, I used to be so afraid of deadlifts. I feel like I've talked about this on stream a couple of times, but like, I used to just be so deathly afraid of deadlifts, thinking that they were going to wreck me. And Noodle, I know you have you were working through some things with your spine, but it really is a safe exercise as long as you're willing to take your progression nice and slow. And that's what I love about it. I also, like 90% of the time, I do feel good after I do them. I'm going to get rid of the slow jams. I hope that's okay with everyone. I love that song, but I need something a little more energetic. Day was good. Just been rewatching Doctor Who, the TV show. Ooh. What's your starting point? It's 420. There's a lot of Doctor Who out there. A lot of Who. 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 She told me her name was Billie Jean as she crossed the scene. Sure, you're doing it a safe way. My spine is spaghetti. I got you. I got you. Yeah, just saying, you know. Like, I think a lot of people are in the position that I was in where it's just like, I don't do squats because they hurt. I don't do deadlifts because they're scary. I'm just like being forgiving with yourself for not knowing everything about those movements and like allowing yourself to learn. It's just like, it's so powerful. Like I've recognized that no matter what I do, I may never do a perfect deadlift. I may never do a perfect squat, but I'll get closer every time I work out. And that's enough for me. Started from Christopher Eccleston. Gonna watch them all before I go to Comic-Con in November. Are there gonna be doctors there? Yeah, that's where I started too. That's where I started when I was indoctrinated. And that is meant to be a little bit of a pun. Indoctrinated. Wait, they're all gonna be there? Are they all gonna be there? That's sick. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Donna Noble, best companion and saddest. I struggle with who was best companion. I mean, like, here's the thing: is I really liked Matt Smith as a doctor, but I know David Tennant's episodes were better. Does that make sense? Colin Baker is lovely. I don't know how to watch any of those episodes. We do got a wellness minute actually, so. Today's wellness minute is going to be a little self-serving, and I hope that that's okay. I hope y'all can forgive me for that. Because it is something that is close to my heart with current life situations. That more classic. All right, here we go. Where is it? What is up, everybody? How we doing today? My name is Joe, aka Cool Runnings. I use he, him pronouns, and welcome to today's Wellness Minute. Today's Wellness Minute is, you don't have to be that person. So this is going to be almost like a demotivation speech in some ways. There are times where we are called upon to be the leader, to be the person who is kind of like taking the burden of risk, taking the burden of accomplishment for our teams, for our friend groups, for our families. You don't always have to be that person. It's good to step into a leadership role sometimes. It's good to step into the kind of scenario where you are helping and being an active contributor and being the active contributor, right? Like the person. But don't feel like you always have to do that to yourself, right? It is one of the incredible things about leadership is that you can become such a great leader by allowing space for others to step in and do those things. So I'm keeping this vague on purpose because I want this to have lots and lots of open, lots of open interpretation, right? But be forgiving to yourself when something comes up and you don't have the capacity to take care of it. When something happens in your family and like there's all this need for support, but you can't necessarily be the one to do it. Go easy on yourself with that, right? You don't have to be that person all the time. And that's today's Wellness Minute. Frankosaurus Rex, welcome in. I would love some feedback on that one because I do have some feelings on it. But happy Friday, Frankosaurus. Let's get some more deadlifts in. Favorite companion was Rose. Rose was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. Yeah, I don't know. See, because it's been a couple years since I watched me some Who. The later episodes with Matt Smith, I found, became kind of set to this point where, like, no matter what happened, they could get in all sorts of trouble. And there would always be a conclusion coming from the doctor being, like, super clever. Which I know is, like, part of the show. It's great. It's fine. But I did get a little burned out on it after a while, and that's okay. That's largely why I haven't watched it in a while. You want to be an ass? Don't have to be that person. Yours is more positive. I should have known. Why you be cutting onions, Joe? I'm sorry, Callie. Clara was good. I did like Clara. Did you see Coleman and Sandman? Wait, what? Oh, is the same actress in Sandman. Saying hi before I disappear into the shadows. Congrats to getting through another week. Kicking lots of butt. Thank you, Lash. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, so, no, I mean, that, I have just been a lot happier since I have stopped trying to accept responsibility for, like, virtually everything that happens in my workplace. Boy, howdy. Forgot to take my wedding band off. It hurt me. What does the Hobbit have in his pockets? Have a good night, Lash. I know you're lurking, but David, how you doing? Welcome in. Give me. I accept your hugs. Yo, I just installed a door. Lauren and I just installed a door. Should I go take a photo and put it in Discord right now? Because I forgot to do that. Ah. Sheesh. Sheesh. All right. 295 is working weight today. It's really funny. I looked it up in an RPE calculator because I've been using that more consistently for my compound lifts. And I was aiming for RPE 7. I thought it would be lighter than this. But supposedly, there should be an RPE 7. So here we go. Wait a minute. Saw me wearing what? Wait, what? Oh, are you talking about Sandman? Oh, you what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, this one, so this is my, like, real wedding ring that I don't wear on stream, right? Like, it's like a titanium band, but I obviously don't wear it when I'm lifting because it rubs up on the barbell. Not good for the band. Not good for my fingers. Canceled my lunch date with my grandmother. Got her stomach checked, healthy for her age, and no signs of cancer. They gave her something that made her in like a drunkish state, so we can't take her to go out. Oh, David, I'm sorry. Sorry I had to cancel your lunch date. That's stinky. My roommate is training me to be on the lookout for those when talking to guys. I mean, that's good looking out. That's good looking out. I know more people are poly nowadays, but it is good to just kind of like know, right? You're showing like July, August, about to start my subscriptions here soon. Oh yeah, closing up subscriptions. Yeah, I wouldn't have HBO Max if it weren't for the fact that it like came with my phone plan.
My shoulder angel.
Don't listen to that guy. He's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness.
Ooh.
I'm gonna lead you down the path that rocks.
Well, oh shit. Hole. Oh, thank you, Belle, for the 8-month resub. Happy Friday. Oh, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Everyone. Do you see that? Do you see Ari's here? Everyone, Ari's here. Oh my gosh. Acro, how you doing? I'm gonna hit a couple of shouts if that's okay. If that's okay. Y'all, please go and check out Zero, our DBD King, and Acro. Acro, how was the lift this morning? Were you doing something special today? I may be misremembering. I remember like seeing something pop up in Discord. I know we're getting closer to your 10,000 calorie day. No. Nothing. No, nothing. I was on Twitch for like the first hour of the day when I was working at home at like 6:30. And then I went into the office and everything got so busy that I couldn't. But I hope you're having a good day, Acro. You got any weekend plans, my dude? Nancy's B-Day? See, this is when I say special, that's what I mean. I mean special things. Sorry to put you on blast, but that's special to me. I knew. Something in my heart knew that there were things happening. And this man refused to tell me. How dare he? How dare this big, beautiful man not reveal all of his secrets to me? Another man on the internet. Ah. Yeah. That felt good. Maybe Rippy 7. Got to warm up those nutties. Okay. Don't do B-days a lot. Wife does, so 50% big in my life. Hey, you know what? That's great. Did a surprise party for Lauren this year. Walked her into a hibachi place. All of her friends were sitting around a table waiting. Ooh. Didn't spoil a surprise either. I was so tempted. To like guilt myself into like checking in with her first, you know? David, is that a setup for a D's nuts joke? I calls him when I sees him. Because it could be. I'm trying to figure out how to make it work. I can't make those jokes. You're too pure. Are you too pure and wholesome? Carne asada is amazing. It really is. I have a secret, everyone. Can I tell you all a secret? I told you a secret last lifting stream. I've got another one about what I did on Thursday. The only jokes I make is to cache Tagasan aside. My secret, I have my Twitter ready to spread it to the world. I pulled a holder hack move on Thursday. And I went to Chipotle and I ordered 2 full burritos and I ate them in a single sitting. And you know what? I felt pretty awful. I felt pretty awful afterwards. It wasn't until like 3 hours later that I started to feel better. But I'd do it again. In fact, I probably will. Thursday is my double run day. So I woke up and I ran 4 miles and I went to work. And then as soon as I got out of work, I ran 5 miles. And so I ran 9 miles on Thursday with 2 Chipotle burritos in between. Your stomach get flushed out with Chipotle? Honestly, I felt fine. I felt fine. There was like the other options I was thinking of for lunch would have screwed me up much worse. So yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm at my peak mileage weeks. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it because my whole goal is to just not like lose strength or lose muscle mass. I think the only way to do that is really to just keep eating a lot. So yeah, that's my confession for this week. It just felt like a wholly unnecessary amount of food. And it was. How about Dumpy Cam? For these deads, we can make sure that I'm wedging up nicely. Make sure I got that good wedgie. Ugh. Since we're talking about food, yeah. Wifey, so since I helped Wifey with the door, she's doing the kindness of making dinner this evening. And I really appreciate it. Oh, all right. I know Gaston said he just had fried chicken. And I'm a little jealous of that. That sounds pretty darn tasty. Ooh. Boy. Personality. Pimento cheese on it that was clutch. Had Chinese for tea, but I'm good. Oh my. Oh my. Sorry. Wifey bought some more bagels today. Pretty stoked about that. I think we're gonna watch Rings of Power after I wrap up. The new episode did come out today, right? Thor? Love and Thunder? No. No. Ah. Well, that's good. I was afraid of how long it was going to be before I actually got to see it because I missed it in theaters. I still have not gone to see a movie in the theaters, and I've been wanting to so bad. I just want to go like take out a truckload of popcorn before the movie even starts. What'd you think of the first episode? I loved it. So I'm gonna lump the first 2 episodes together. But I really like it. I'm a big fan. I'm ready to I'll I'll die on this hill. Absolutely. Because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, right? Like we watch Lord of the Rings every year. Every Christmas we sit through the extended editions and some progression, right? Like even if we don't watch them all in one day, we only did that once. But movie date, I'll pay for the tickets. Would you really? I eat a lot of popcorn. Be warned. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan. I really enjoyed Rings of Power. But it made me realize I needed a good fantasy show in my life. Yeah. It is, I wouldn't make you do that, David. That'd be ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous. We're going Dutch. No, I'm buying your tickets. If you ever go to the movies together, I'm buying your tickets. Calling it. I call dibs. Dibs. But yeah, I am 420. Have you seen all the Lord of the Rings films? Because if you haven't, now's a great time. Now's a great time to watch through those. I almost wish I would have watched through all of them before starting Rings of Power, so I could like get reacquainted with all the names. Perfect. There you go. Get the popcorn and all the refills. I do like the like nasty movie theater butter. So that is something that you're going to have to put up with. I used to get milk duds every time I went to see a movie, and I stopped doing that. Because I think they were like the single agent among all of the other things in my life. The single thing that was ruining my teeth was milk duds. You're doing a bit of a full party session, yeah? Or yeah, Sega. Bit of a full party session. Been there, done that. How we doing, Sega? Welcome in for the Friday lift. Were you aware it's Friday? I'm a junior mints boy. You know, I'm down for some junior mints. Junior mints are good. I'm a big fan of, I mean, Andy's mints are basically just like singular junior mints, right? Any like minty chocolate thing, I'm down for. I'll go hard on that. I do think one of the better movie theater snacks is like snow caps with popcorn. There's a texture thing there. Ooh. Really needed to just like commit to that and do it. Oh. I'd fancy myself a full body training session, yeah? Oh, hey there, Ramus. I'm not doing, I shouldn't do that. Anything remotely sounding like an Irish accent is pretty loaded right now. Oh, excuse me. No, Ramus will do well. How you doing? Happy Friday. How you been there, lad? I've been good. Honestly, like, hellishly busy finish to the week. I was telling Lauren, I think I did more work today, like actual tasks today, than I did in like my entire first week at my new job. Maybe like well into my second week. Sticky toffee pudding. Oh, 420. That is one of the things I really miss about the UK. You can't really get it here. Not in the same way, anyway. Hope we find the right restaurant, but it's not a lot of like traditional restaurants doing that around these here parts. What's back there? Doing good, thank you. Happy Friday. Just got done having fajitas. Boy, oh boy. How long you been at your new job? So actually, this is kind of a Mike is getting tweaked on every rep of the exercise. Oh no, like the one that I was just doing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if that was coming off weird, folks. Good now. Okay. Yeah, please let me know when that stuff is happening so I can like be mindful of it, because you know I do more than one set of everything. So, yeah. So this is a momentous day. I have now been in my job, my new job, for 4 weeks, 1 month. One could almost say 30 days, except the calendar doesn't always work that way. But yeah, I'm 1 month in, baby. Happy 1 month. Thank you. Thank you. It's good. It's good.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
I dream in memes. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Run Club. I promise I don't sing every welcome, but your name made me feel I needed to. Hooray! But yeah, 1 month in, I'm feeling good. Feeling real good. Like, you know, HR, so not every moment has felt perfectly good. Imagine the Vine, babe, happy 1 year. 47. Welcome in, memes. Yeah, like my most recent no thing was like, I want to know how much this person is getting paid for this other person so that I can know how much I should pay them. And I was like, you can't do that. Like I can't just tell you that. Like you got to have a discussion with that person so they can advocate for themselves. But it was fine. They took no for an answer, which was nice. Ugh. All right. How much rest have I had? I lost track. Shoot. I think we got one more set. One more set of 4? No, yeah. I planned 4. But I dream in memes. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to the Friday lift. Normally we do these Friday lifts a bit earlier. We do these Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, ideally midday. But you know, today's a little special. Today's a little special. So we're getting it in before bedtime. We're gonna be losing light here real soon. But that's fine. I'll just turn the lights up.
Oh, right. The
poison for Cusco. The poison chosen specially. Kill Cusco. Cusco's poison. That's poison. Yee! Did someone say fort? Are you forting right now? Are you gonna rip a big fort? Right. Gunsies. And someone say foot nut. Are you talking about playing foot nut in my house? Wet nat? Fork knife? Brought knot? No, I believe what I said was, "Rot not, fair maiden, and farewell." I have not played Fortnite in a while. Last time I played, I was elevated. I went no build mode. Felt like I didn't see anyone except for like the 7 people that I killed near the start of the match. And then circle was closing. I found one other person and had like a pretty intense shootout. And the game was over. and I won. And I had never won a game before. But that day, when I went back into it for the first time in like literally 3 years, nope, that's not where that goes. And I have not touched it since. So I have no cool skins. Like, I know this sounds like a completely fake story. Hello? I don't know how much you missed, but I'm back. Thank you for letting me know. What was the last thing you heard? All of it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Mike's gone. I think I heard you were... Oh, so you didn't hear any of that story. Elevated in Fortnite. I thought no one was around. Yeah, I killed like... I took out like 7 people. And like, it was all very like, you know, spread out, right? And like, since I hadn't played in so long, I was just like, man, someone's going to sneak up on me and just take me out any moment. So I was being so careful, and the circle kept closing. I just didn't see anyone for a while. And then, and then I ran into one person, and we had a pretty intense shootout. And I beat them. And then I got a victory royale. And like I was so confused because I didn't think I was doing very well. But that was how I won. My only Fortnite single victory. And that's how I ascended to godhood. And that's how I became a kindred spirit of the internet. I'll get some wins with you. See, the thing about me playing on teams, I feel like I drag people down. And I know the advice I would give to anyone else is like, no, you wouldn't. You do fine. You have to manifest. If you believe that victory is possible, it is. Ow. The person who says that they can and the person who says that they can't are both right. Ow. Dang, that really hurts. Sorry if I missed anything else. Nutmeg, hello. I realized when I said hello to you, I was muted. And I love the idea of the wedding ring lash. Okay. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Hop on Save the World to get my free V-Bucks. You know, someone on a podcast I listened to was telling me that they have like this very elaborate V-Buck farming plan that they use to try to like just like not have to pay for season passes. And like the entire point of it is just like setting up the right defenses every time, and then literally walking away from their computer for an hour and a half and letting the game play itself. One of the co-hosts was like, yeah, dude, how much is your power bill to run your 3080 Ti PC for an hour and a half, multiple times a day, You could just pay for your V-Bucks. Unless you're in drag, but then you'd be dragging a sub. Many subs. Oh boy. I mean, my offer of maid outfit if I make partner in 2022 stands. That offer does stand. But we're in September. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think if you're good at communicating, you'll do fine in the game. A lot of it is calling the shots to friends communicatively. Yeah. I'm a pretty good communicator, I think. I've been getting good feedback on that. Nutmeg, I've been great. I've been great. I've just finished up week 4 of my job. Lauren and I just finished installing a door right before I started streaming. That was great. Those are not real. Have you had that cannabis infused candy? I haven't. What's it called? What is it called? Play like 1 or 3 matches of Save the World missions, depending on the quests they give me. 50, 60, or 100 per quest. Take a picture of the door. All right. Oh, you know what? It might be too dark. Okay, I'm gonna do this set, and then I'll go take a picture of the door. Ha! And I'll put it in. I'll put it in Discord. Then it could be our little secret. When I say our little secret, I mean you and me. Whoa. That's a problem. I haven't benched with these weights here yet. And they're actually impeding the bar path. Well, now's as good a time to learn as any. All right, that setup's not gonna work. I like just installed these. That's a bummer and a half. All right, see if that works. I was so excited to get these pegs, and they may have been a bad investment. Cool for partner 22. Gotta go eat dinner, be present, watch a movie with hubs. Have a good night, Lash. Thanks for popping in. Connecticut? I love Connecticut. I've been there once on a layover. It was great. Supernatural, how we doing? How we doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. I need to go and take a picture of a door. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it during ad time. How's that? We'll go and take a picture of the door once we hit ads. But I will, I'll put the before photos in the Discord right now. Well, welcome in, Supernatural. How's your day? How the lifts been? Ooh. We got a skunk outside the window. And yes, it is a skunk. All right, hang tight. Cool. So right now in the Discord, I'm putting the 3 pictures of, the first 2 pictures are what door we had there, and the second picture is like the third picture is mid-install. Who scared the skunk? It might have been Evie. Could have been any one of our neighbors. I need to give Supernatural a shout in just a moment here. Y'all, if you're not following Supernatural Writer, has some excellent energy during her workouts. Not sure what your schedule is, if I remember, but yeah, how's it been going? You been getting it in? I sees it. Been so bad about like actually speaking in people's streams lately. Oh, because I don't want to be like as I'm getting in the shower or as I'm starting to cook. Like, hey, what's up? And then just not able to answer. I don't like going in and dropping a lurk right away. Woo! I have had multiple near run-ins with skunks in the last week, though, because it's getting to the season where I'm running early in the morning. And, like, it stinks because, like, I have to run in the road. Otherwise, I will run up on a skunk, like, in someone's yard. But that's also just, like, inherently more dangerous, even if I'm wearing, like, big light things.
Hooray!
Got ourselves a little conundrum. Drove past like at least 5 run-over skunks today. 'Tis the season. 2 wind turbines are spinning away on one side or the other. What kind of music do you like? I'm a metal fan. I'm gonna go take a picture of a door because of that joke. What's up, friends? I think some of you may still be in, no, I'm good. Some of y'all may still be in ad mode. I apologize for that. Need to get a handle on these tour jokes. Excuse you. The new door is posted. New door posted in the Discord. This door. This door is posted into Discord. Yeah. 195. I think that's what we got programs. Well, welcome in. I put it into I Made This channel. That is where all of the home improvement and DIY you will find.
Well, you got me.
I am so good at this today.
Makes sense.
But Jim, how you doing? How's your weekend looking out for you? You got anything exciting planned? I am doing one thing that I have not done in a long time this weekend. I will be going to a sporting event. A live sporting event. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty excited. It's Sarah Lauren. Welcome in. Oh, Bozo, what's up? Oh my gosh, hello Raiders. I don't know, I didn't see that. Welcome in, Raiders. How are we doing? My name is Joe. I go by Cool Runnings here on Twitch. I use he, him pronouns. I'm a variety streamer. Welcome in. Oh my gosh. The Bozo. Is it Bozo or Bazo? Because you know what? I want to make sure I get it right. The Bazo. What were y'all doing tonight? Why did Adele cross the road? Just say hello from the other side. J-Light, hello. Welcome in. Welcome in. Bozo like the clown. All right. Giant, hello. How you doing? Good evening, friends. Yeah, welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had a good time over there with, you know what? Actually, that's not helpful, Giant. Because I thought it was Shadow Ragey, but I said you were a nice guy. Well, you know what? You know what? I hope I can back that up with empirical evidence. I hope that I can prove you right. But I'm glad you're here, Raiders. Make sure you're taking care of yourselves. Grab yourself a drink, grab a stretch, grab a walk, grab a what was the other thing I say? Stretch? Did I already say stretch? We're gonna do some bench press. Welcome in, folks. Make yourself at home. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And you will slowly find out what I won't do. That's going to take some time. So actually, I wouldn't use that rule. It probably wouldn't be a good rule to set people up with. But yeah, glad you're here. Normally, we do these lifts a little bit earlier on Fridays.
Do it.
Hubba. Yeah, normally try to get these in a little bit earlier on Fridays, like a lot earlier, actually. But life just kind of went that way today. So we're getting it in when we can. What was it? Logie? The love of getting it in? Committing it. You want Thai? Does Muay Thai? Oh, nice. That's excellent. That's sick. I can't wait to catch a stream. That's so cool. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Oh, congrats on the race, by the way. Thank you. Where'd you place? Was it just for
right. The
boys and for Cusco, the boys and chosen especially the Gil Cusco's boys. Yeah, I didn't place PT. Hello, I didn't place anything special. In fact, I can look to let y'all know where I placed. Here we go. Let's see if the results are showing. Let's go 20. No, it won't show me there. And placed on the ground. I placed all my feet. Kind of sad a queen kind of died. Getting over it, moving on, celebrating life. Hey, you know what? It took a long time. It took a long time. That woman lived a long life. My place overall was 37th with a time of 5 minutes and 54 seconds. Huh. That was great though. I thought like if I could get anywhere near 6 minutes, if I get anywhere near 6 minutes, I was going to be happy. 37th. That's right. I mean, the field was not huge. Like 150 people. But does anyone have guesses as to what the first place finisher, what their time was? What the mile time was for the first place finisher? All right. So we got our warm-ups in. And we got one set of 6. Field was huge, Joe. Do yourself down. Don't do yourself like that. It was a competitive field. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Faster. Faster. I want y'all to get there. the winner. So like the first place victor in this race. I'll wait for more guesses. I got like 30 seconds before I got to bench again. I guess I could get more water. 5 minutes even, faster. faster. Yeah. Imagine being chased by a man. Can you imagine being chased by 140 of them? 4 minutes and 34 seconds. 4 minutes and 34 seconds. 10 minutes! 65 seconds! If we're playing Price is Right rules, I'm trying to remember. It's the closest without going over. But we do closest without going under. So I guess Gaston, you still won. No, I didn't run that fast. No. No. I didn't run that fast, Nutmeg. $1. Higher, Bob. Guess the 4 minutes there, I was like, that's about a sprint the whole time. Yeah, 4:34. So here was the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. 8 people ran a mile faster than 5 minutes, which is just unbelievable to me. Imagine enjoying running. I do love running. I will say, I burned, like, my lungs were on fire after that race. Like, it took me a good 30 minutes to actually recover, and my lungs were still like, oh, I was hurting the next day. That's supposed to be RPE 7, and it feels a little more RPE 8. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Feels a little more difficult than it should. Phew. How many miles? Oh, that was a single mile run. So that was just 1 mile. So my time was 5:54. But yeah, it felt good. Crawling is hard, walking is hard. Now, crawling a race would be miserable. My thighs would start a fire if I tried to run far. Hey, Jim. Vaseline. Gotta oil up them lamb chops. Get them all nice and slippery. Get that body butter on there. Make it nice and smooth. I don't run without Vaseline anymore. Oil up them lamb chops. You heard me. Oil up them chops. You'd like that, wouldn't you, you freak? I would. I'd like everyone. You know what? I would get a lot of satisfaction if everyone in this chat would oil up their lamb chops right now. Please and thank you. Make them all oily. Get them ready for the grill. That's right. There you go, Belle. You understand. Have you tried the Glide Stick? I haven't. I've just been using like the actual like Vaseline goop. I want to get a stick of Body Glide. A lot of friends of my girlfriends from college use deodorant to help. Deodorant helps. Not with lamb chops, with thighs. I am all freaky. Don't have oil. There's lube. You know what? I have not tried it for running, but it might work. What a wood nutmeg. This sounds kind of. I mean, you gotta. Okay, I need to get water. Can I just like leave you with the pretty lights while I go get water? I'll be right back. I can talk to you while I do it. Here is the drip drop water ASMR. the lovely sounds. Gorgeous, beautiful sounds. Smell fried chicken after. Dry out pretty quick, I would think. Yeah. No, it wouldn't be good. You should just use Vaseline. Use petroleum jelly. It's not a negative. I lift heavy stuff and make fun of people that run. Hey, you know what? Please make jokes at my expense, because this is I 100%. This is not smart what I'm doing. Not smart what I'm doing. Do you have to tape up your nips? I haven't had to do that, actually. I've known more than a few people who have had that issue, that have had to do that for marathons. In fact, I've got a friend who like he's run like 15 marathons, and like in at least 3 of his race finisher photos, he's got like blood on his racing shirts. He looks like he got shot. But it is terribly uncomfortable when that happens to you. I have not had it happen, thankfully, but yeah. Whew. Mine are much more low profile. It is weird that it matters, but it does. And it's like, I mean, it's genetic, right? Odd that somehow he is the person that is more statistically likely to bleed from his nips. Ah. I'm gonna switch up these weights. It is possible that someone followed and I didn't say thank you. And if that is the case, I apologize. Welcome in, new friends. I might have gotten a little too caught up in the conversation about oil. I don't think it's inappropriate to tell someone to oil up their lamb chops. Actually, you know what? I wouldn't say it at work. Yeah, don't say that at work, unless you work at a Mediterranean grill. At which case, you should probably say it every day. If you're making fresh food, you know. Perfect low profile, long distance nips. Stealth nips. Still thinking about those lamb chops I was promised. I do love lamb. I really do love lamb. Said it again. I'm gonna tell my boss to oil up his lamb chops. What does that mean, though? But like, what does that mean? Like, is that like cool your jet? Is that like take it easy? Or is it more like a motivation to do more, right? Kind of like come on, let's go. Oil up them lamb chops. Get it moving. Hi, David, welcome back. More like get ready for a rough time. I don't know that I like that. I don't know that I like that. Maybe like we're in this for the long haul, you know? Yeah, I like that as a meaning, you know? It's like before you start something that's like you know is going to be just like a very long project, right? I need everyone to oil up their lamb chops and get ready for this. This is going to be a bit of a trip. I will stop saying it now. This is me committing to not saying it again today. A lot of analogies in my generation. I got you, David. Tiger, hello. Do it. How are you doing, Tiger? Welcome in. Looking like a damn snack. Can't take a bite. Tiger, you are entitled to a nibble. More like Buck Up Buttercup. Kind of along those lines. Yeah. It's hard being from the Victorian age. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, though. Like, you know, I mean, I came up in Mesopotamia, and like, I gotta tell you, like some of the terminology and phrases they were using, they just don't really fly today. I can't even say them on stream. They are violations of terms of service. Better put on a new pot of coffee and a slam chop. Oh, could be the other thing. Doing okay, enjoying my birthday. What? Happy birthday? Excuse you? Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? Mesopotamia. Happy birthday, Tiger. Oh my gosh. Can I get some big birthday hype for Tiger of the Gale, please? Big birthday hype, please. If you are lurking, I'm gonna ask you kindly to come on off and just like hype this human up. Happy birthday, Tiger. And welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you're having a great birthday. Are you having any special foods on your birthday? What's your birthday food? Even if it's not like today, like is it happening sometime soon? Stitch emotes. Word. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. I'm sorry. That's not a great birthday song. If there's cake, shotgun. Why would you take a shotgun to Tiger's cake? Jay, what's wrong with you? Jay, that's very rude. Tiger got a nice cake, got a nice birthday cake, and you are going to destroy it? Is this what I'm picking up? My Cher impression. Cher impression is saying happy birthday. Do you believe in birth after days? It's okay, Jay. Just don't destroy anyone's cake and you're fine. You must be punished. I already said I wasn't going to say the thing again, so I'll just say that. Got good Chinese from the place 30 minutes away from the house. The place doesn't deliver. Ooh. Ooh, that's the way. On my birthday, I will drive across town to my favorite place to get a Reuben. But they're usually closed on my birthday, so it ends up being kind of a delayed gratification thing. Which is fine. Ugh. All done with bench. There we go. 26th of August had no cake. What? Nutmeg, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you didn't have a cake. I didn't know you didn't have a cake. Birthday Chinese food, playing Soul Hackers 2, Handsome Joe. I'm so glad I could be here for you on your birthday. Buongiorno, Principessa. How we doing, Princesa? Welcome in. Oh, we got all sorts of birthday treats here. Got a hydrate stretch roll. Probably just do pizza on my birthday. Coming up October 31st. Your Halloween, we talked about this. We talked about this last year, or earlier this year, that you're a Halloween baby. I can't. Tiger, what? What do you want me to say? Am I supposed to turn into a full 3-course meal? Is that what needs to happen? I'm gonna stretch that chest. Ooh, that's really good. Ooh. Oh. Get a good booba. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's good. Oh. Oh my gosh, Princesa, I'm so sorry. Holy hell. Are you doing okay? Man, I'm so sorry. I'll set that point already. I do got to roll it out. Are Scorpios scary? Why are they scary? Aren't they just humans? Or are they not humans? Am I misunderstanding? Scary fun. Their fathers say, what are you going to do with your life? Oof. Ooh, mama. That's a good roll. No matter how many times a week I do this, it's still the same intense experience. The universe needs to give me a break. I hope you get that break soon, my friends. I'm here for you. DMs are open if you just want to dish about it. No like solution stuff, you know. I can just listen. But that space is there for you if you want it. Oh. So after this, we're gonna do, I think barbell rows is next. I already did deadlift, so I don't know if I should be doing barbell rows, but thank you for the roll, Tiger. I want to say hello before I head out for a concert. Her Stoner, have a good time at your concert, my dude. Have a good time. Worst, we're not Geminis. Are we gonna start slinging around? Are we gonna start slinging that around right now? Oh, thank you, Gaston. Can't listen to the song at the gym because I do the little finger guns hand movement like I'm pulling an old-timey catcher. I do the same thing. I can't. I only have it on run playlists. I don't know any of the signs with Scorpios. I'm just throwing one out there. Well, I am a Capricorn. Capricorn. I will call myself a Capricorn, and I will refer to everyone else as a Capricorn. Because I think saying Capricorn is funny. So I'm going to say it again. Capricorn. Isn't that great? Good stuff, right? See, I did it again. Does anyone else want to say it? Makes me feel good. All right. We're going to do some barbell rows. It's gonna be our other pull exercise. I'm still trying to build up them lats. My lats do be lacking. Not lacking, but I don't know. I still want to develop them more. That's been the biggest thing I've been afraid of losing while running, just because you don't really engage your upper back so much as a runner. Most runners turn into pretty slender-framed individuals. Not that there's anything wrong with being a slender-framed individual, but I put too much work into this back. To let it go. Her Stoner, have a good one. Enjoy that concert. Every other guy I've had feelings for was a Leo. There are people not too good for me. I'm sure it's a coincidence. Maybe I just like some birthdays. Ooh, hoo, hoo. There we go, Nutmeg. I got that summertime, summertime sadness. I got that summertime, summertime sadness. Whoa, whoa. I'm before you go. Summertime sadness. I'm before you go. I can see y'all's charts. Watch this video of this guy asking girls what their sign was, and no matter what it was, he would say, oh no, I could not. If your sun is in Uranus, I think we'd be compatible. You're perfectly describing the reason I can't listen to that song. I just can't do a lot of depressing music because the music affects my mood. Yeah. Yeah. I do have some sad songs that really do like do it for me, you know? They're good walking songs. And it's okay to like sad songs. It's also okay to just like avoid them. Ain't nothing wrong with not listening to them. One of my favorite bands is called The Tallest Man on Earth, and we've talked about Tallest Man before, but 100% many sad songs, but that is what makes them so lovely to listen to. Do it. All right. Does that mean do the lift? Do the set? Pick up the stuff. Put it back down. That was heavier than I expected. Stop it. Don't want to be. Do you think you're better off? Oh my gosh. That song, it only takes one mention of it, and it's just like in my brain for weeks. That one. All right. I don't know that I'll actually be able to do these rows. My lower back is feeling pretty fatigued, so we'll give them a go. I'll scale it back if I need to. This is not my primary compound for the day, so I'm expecting to be a little bit burned out. Have a 911, have a 911. Listening to Company of Thieves since the last fitness stream. Flashbacks to high school when I heard Misery Business. Company of Thieves. I'm gonna have to look them up. Trying to remember what songs by them I would know. It sounds so familiar. Show After Dark is the Cinemax. What up, Micah? How we doing? DJ Sammy, it's a bop. For some reason I thought it came out in like early mid-90s, but it was the 2000s or so. Favorite sad song is Touch by Daft Punk. Nutmeg, that's a banger. I love that Daft Punk album. It's so good. I remember touch. Tell me what I need. I need something more. Tell me what's inside. So good. I have to like I do sometimes cry when I listen to that album because that was their last album, right? Ah. know the song? Of course I do. I was a big Daft Punk fan for a while. Imagine Joe crying. I did have a good cry at work today. The thing I shared in Discord. I'm I'm glad I had an office because I was losing it. That messed me up. I have no idea, like, if that teacher knows what she did to me. Ah. Marco, welcome in. Oh, sorry, it's just Mark. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, I can tell the story if you want. Yeah, so I was my mom was a wedding photographer, and so she like accumulated a lot of stuff for her business, and like I helped her with photography for a number of years, and just like helped at events and everything. And so when she like was like when they were selling their house, she took like some of her stuff down to their new place, which is pretty far away. She took some of her stuff, but the rest of the stuff she's like, you know, like she gave it to me. She's like, you're doing all this streaming stuff. I want to see if you can put it to good use. And so I like sorted through everything. And Rit, welcome back. I sorted through everything and like picked out the stuff that I could use. I did like sell a couple of things so that I could buy the new camera that I'm using upstairs. But it was really kind of her because like, you know, like she could have taken her stuff with her and like found some use for it in Florida. But back earlier this summer, I reached out to the local community high school to just like ask if it was something that they could use. I just said like, I've got all this photography stuff and, you know, I'm wondering if I could give it to the school. And it took like 3 months for someone to get back to me because like school year, right? Like they weren't around, teachers weren't checking email. And so we finally like arranged something. And so I brought, it was two DSLR cameras, 2 like camcorders, and like a bunch of equipment, like lighting equipment and like studio like photography equipment. And so I thought just like, yeah, they're gonna be able to use it for like yearbook stuff, and you know, like they'll just have more stuff around, and maybe be able to like get some more content. And after I dropped it all off today, the teacher sent me an email that was like you need to know that after we got this stuff and like sorted it all out, we've started to plan, like I don't even know how she said it. She's like, we've started to plan basically like a senior photos event so that seniors who wouldn't be able to afford like cap and gown and like professional like headshot photos as they're going off into college, like they're going to have like a big event and they're going to do that. And now they have the stuff that they can do that. So like all these kids are going to get their own headshots and like actually be able to have senior photos that they wouldn't have been able to get before. And I just lost it. She's just like, thank you so much. And I was just crying in my office, like, oh my God. Just like, like I knew it would be helpful, but like I didn't think that it would be that much, you know? Like I thought, if anything, like I wished I could give more. It was so cool. She was so happy. So that made my year, honestly. That made my year to know that stuff is going to good use. And like, I sent my mom a message and I was like, you know, like I told you I would put this stuff to use, and I just want to make sure that, you know, this is something that, like, it wasn't even like I want to make sure you're okay with it. It was, this is what I did with the stuff, and I just want you to know, like, you are helping these kids too. And she was really happy about it. Ugh. Whew. Yeah, shouts to Mama Runnings. Hi, Rark. Welcome in. But thanks for hearing my story. Joe Mama. Yes, exactly. Welcome to the Legion. The legion of people that have made Joe Mama jokes in my lifetime. I'm just so happy. Senior pictures are not cheap, and that was in 2002. I can only imagine what they are today. Probably just as expensive, right? I mean, photographers got to make a living, so like I never held it against my mom for charging more for her work, right? But best moment in an already good Friday. I hope that spread a little joy today. It was a really busy day, and that got me through it. So yeah, so I'm gonna go to a football game tomorrow, and I don't know, just good things to carry into the weekend, right? DSLR camera, they're really cheap, right? Well, no, because when I dropped off the cameras, the first thing she said was like, this is like really great because like we've had kids just like fighting over cameras, not like actually fighting, but like there weren't enough cameras to go around to all the sporting events and everything. Because, you know, high school, they do different yearbook coverage and all that. It is Michigan, yeah. Am going. Game against Hawaii. So, should be a good game. Should be a good one. And by good, I mean I'm really hoping they just kind of stomp them. I'm hoping it's a blowout so we don't have to stay for the whole thing. Tabs, hello. Willkommen. Should I listen to here, we can do this. We'll listen to the song. Happy birthday, Tiger. Need to put food in the oven. Holy, it's late. Oh my gosh, it's almost 9 o'clock already. Yeah, I think ooh, maybe I'll just call it after this set of sets here, because I don't want to be doing this too long. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't realize it was almost 9 o'clock already. Shake that dumpy. Dumpy wumpy. Took a nice nap this afternoon. I'd say too late, but I don't care. Well, as long as you're staying up a little bit later, it's really not a big deal, Tabs. You nap if you need to. That's what your body needs. That's A-okay. Give your body what it needs. It's going to be okay. Now I'm going to put this here. I don't care how I got here through raids, but I'll give a follow. Hey, Dark Knight, thank you so much. Welcome to the Run Club. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I've been wanting a nap for the past, like, week. 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks. Been thinking about a nap and just, like, not getting it in early enough. I go to bed early, so it's difficult. Cheers to investing in your best self, my friend. Attaway. Cheers. But Tabs, how was work today? Did you get through it all right? I know you've been having some not great times with your coworkers. I can put this guy right here. Because we still got some curls to do. But yeah, Dark Knight, we do lifts 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Play games on Tuesday nights and Saturday afternoons. Sorry, Sunday afternoons. I think I'll just do some press outs. I'm digging it, Tiger. I've definitely listened to a bit of Company of Thieves back in the day, but this is nice. I'm trying to think of like which one of my friends is a really big fan. As long as people do what makes them happy, that's all I could wish for. Exactly. I'm very fortunate that I've reached a point where training makes me happy. That's what I hope for everyone, that just like doing active things is like a joyous thing. Accent performances? What are you talking about? Oh, Tiger, I'll do a flex out in just a moment. If you wanted to run as fast as possible, how far do you think you could make it to? Like are you asking like how far could I run as fast as I possibly could? Need to get more active again myself. A few extra reps for the both of us. I'll fit it in. It's Tiger's birthday, not mine. The mood light, it's just the mood lighting, that's all it is. Me active, thanks, no thanks. I mean, you know what? Like just taking a couple walks every day is a great active thing. Good running pace or even a jog. I don't know. Like if I were to really put a lot into a race right now, a 10K might be the best I could do at like a really fast pace. At one point, I could do a pretty quick half marathon. I want to say my fastest half marathon was like, I closed out with like a 7:30 pace. Character voice work back there. I got you. Yo!
He's trying to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm gonna lead
Oh
you
my
down
gosh.
the path that rocks.
Dark Knight, thank you so much for that gift sub. I appreciate you popping in with that generosity. What mood are you setting there? I'm setting the mood that wifey and I are gonna have dinner and watch either Star Trek or Lord of the Rings in a little bit. All lighting is mood lighting. Could I do a Forrest Gump? I have some tie-ups about doing Forrest Gump. Because when I think about Forrest Gump, it is inherently a movie making fun of a person who has stated that, yeah, no, I'm going to stop. Gotta start the Fridays off right. My favorite part of that whole stinking movie was, yeah, the new series. Sorry for interrupting your Black Panther party. God, that movie makes me cry every time. Like this if you cry every time. Gotta go, but I'll leave alert. Catch you around. Hope all of you have a great weekend, Dark Knight. Thank you so much for stopping in for the gift sub. Thanks for the follow. Take it easy. Can you try to do the challenge? You put both of your hands behind the back. Move over your legs slowly till it reaches the front. Make sure your hands are locked and intertwined. You know what? It's Jeffy. I don't know that I've ever tried it. So you're talking about like stepping through my own hands, right? I don't know that I can. I don't know that I can. Do y'all want me to try? I feel like that's only for like really flexible people. I don't think I am. I do not think I am that flexible. I can make an honest effort. You're not hurt yourself 38. Yeah, I'm not. If it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, this feels unsafe, like, you know, I'm gonna stop. But see, my butt's too big. Can't get my hands over my butt. They're still touching. They're still touching. I loosened up a little bit. I don't think I did it. I don't think I actually did it. I also see a bar right under you. Just be careful. Yeah, I think my my fingers, they kind of like pulled out a little bit at the end there. So I'm gonna call it a try, but not a success. Oh, so we have someone on tour. You'll find out later. It's my mom. Mom? Mom? All right. Got a couple more chest press outs. Mom? They don't say it like a Michigander, though. Star Trek Lord of the Rings. No. Oh my God. Oh. No, Star Trek has been like the last couple of years, and I can't remember what made me and wifey just like get into like getting rolling on it, because she had seen a fair amount of it before I had. But I was going in completely blind. But now we've hit that point where goodness, we've hit that point where we're both in unviewed territory. Sheesh. Thank you for the hydrate, Hierarch. Unviewed territory. Sounds like the best place to have a partner in. We are boldly going where neither of us has gone before, to seek out new lands and do stuff in the stars. This is the voyage of the Enterprise, the 5-year expedition, where we will find lots of aliens to fall in love with and probably actually colonize them. But remember, do not violate the Prime Directive. Mondays off feel like extra Sundays. That's it. Star Wars or Star Trek? 420, I'm just gonna say both. I'm just gonna say both. They're two different. They like inspired each other in really important ways. Don't colonize the aliens. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but I think they serve different roles in like media. Do you have a kettlebell or kettleball? Because I have live long and may the force be with you. So say we all. So say we all. This is what I have that is the closest thing to a kettlebell. And it is actually a kettlebell, so I don't know if that was a was an actual non-typo request, but love holidays. Just makes the week long for some reason, unbeknownst to me. You know, Tabs, I'm with you. I feel like I stuffed 4 days of work into, or 5 days of work into 4 days. And like everyone in my office felt that way. Never violate the Prime Directive unless they're hot. Back to the Future or Rick and Morty. Again, see, that's the thing, is they serve different points, or they serve different needs within the media landscape. Totally forgot we had Monday off, right? Right? It's just, it's unbelievable. Where did the week go? I figured it out. I figured it out. I'm so smart. In case y'all didn't know, I'm kind of smart. Behind the back hip hinge workout technique. I have not, Jeffy. I have not. And if I'm picturing like what you're saying, so a general note for everyone, you really don't need to do much that involves like working behind your back. Like, it's not really going to do you much good and will probably hurt your shoulders. Anything that you do with like pushing or pulling, you're going to be a lot better off pulling from the front and using an external shoulder rotation instead of internal. But yeah, I haven't tried it, Jeffy. I mean, if it's working for you, go ahead. But my general advice is don't do stuff behind the back. Behind the neck either. Like, I see people still doing like behind the neck shoulder presses, and I'm sure that it has helped some people with their rear delts, but I don't see the value in it personally. Mondays off is the worst. I'd rather holidays be on Fridays. That would be nice. Then you got something to look forward to instead of like, I don't know, just moving those Sunday scaries over a little bit. Rick and Morty started from Back to the Future. That's why a kid and a crazy old man scientist. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wonder what my rear delts look like. I didn't think of it. I don't actually know what mine look like. If I were to, because I can't see back there. Which is the delt? Yeah, so the delt is this guy back here. So when you look at your shoulder, you got your front delt, your mid delt, which runs along here, and your rear delts, which are back here. I knew a dude when I was in college. We had a buddy who we called the human anatomy lesson, who just like, he could at any point just like flex, like there's your rear delt. Tabs, have a great movie night. It's so good to see you. Jay, I love this song. It's so good. You will get shoulders like this, Gaston, except they're going to be your shoulders. They're not going to be my shoulders. My favorite gym line, and I know some people don't like it, is when people are like, I'm trying to look like you. Like, you know, you got to look like you. Great to share a little Joe time. Have a perfect night trekking or elfin. Thank you so much. We're actually going to raid out right now. It's time for me to go sit with the wifey because it's been a little too long. So I'm trying to figure out who I'm going to bring y'all to see, and I'm thinking we should probably go see Evo. Because it is not often that I get to raid my bro Evo. And I trust this man. I trust this man with y'all. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I know it's not my typical stream time, and it is so stinking validating when I do a stream off normal time and folks are still here and hanging out. So thank you, like truly. Hang on just a second. We're gonna get some of these going. If you would be so kind as to grab one of these raid messages, The first one, if you are not a subscriber. The second one, if you are a subscriber, it's going to look a little bit like this. Go ahead, copy and paste it. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. If you would like to join in on the social medias, you can go to follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. I'm trying to stay active on Instagram. I got them stories going. That's where I post most of my running stuff if you want to get in on that. And then on Discord is where you will get the most up-to-date information on what's happening with the stream, including fundraisers coming up. Next week, we're doing a fundraiser for Starlight. And I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited to share that with you. And yes, Discord's very active. We got good talks about food, about crafting, about games, movies, all that stuff. So, y'all, thank you again so much. Nutmeg Gaston, J-Light, 420. I'm probably going to miss someone. I'm going to feel terrible about it. Tabs, everyone, thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one. I will plan to be back on Sunday with a bit of gaming. And if not, then I will see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your weekend on purpose. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to someone else. And yeah, let's go see Evo. Bye-bye.